Been a caregiver to my husband, Steve, who 10 years ago was dealing with stage 3 melanoma. And so all the course of treatment and trying to balance life as a wife and a caregiver to my husband when he's dealing with cancer and helping our kids move through that too. They were young, they were 15 and 10 at the time. So it's really great to meet people who are dealing kind of with the same things that you've been through and kind of speak the same language and have experiences that we are, sharing at a time like this. So.
Absolutely. So my name is Tammy. Nice to meet you both. I cared for my mother for the past 3.5 years. She just recently passed away, and it is very difficult. Working full-time, having family, husband. My mom had a very rare cancer, urethral cancer, only about 1% of cancers. So there's not much known about it. They, reached out to Mayo. I thought that was very nice, and the fact that, you felt more comfortable that they were really trying. Lots of traveling back and forth with radiation. Wasn't sure we would make it to see the opening, but she did, and we spent her last year here, which was such a blessing.
I cared for my husband who was diagnosed with glioblastoma for 14 months. It was a journey, and of course, all the support meant so much, and here at St. E, it was amazing. It was very cool to be able to walk into that new facility and just be greeted by all the wonderful people there who had a sole purpose of helping the journey be less difficult and just to navigate you through that.
My story was a little different. My husband's story and my story was a little different in that when he was diagnosed, the treatment that he sought meant that we had to travel 5.5 hours away. So our treatment days were about 15-hour days, and we were traveling back, and with the travel time and the treatment time, the days were long. So having a cancer center in our own backyard was something that was very important to me, to know that other people didn't have to deal with some of the difficulties of making those long drives, and they could be in the community they're familiar with. They can rest in their own homes. They can be surrounded by their own support systems. They can, keep their kids' lives moving as normally as possible. And so those were the things I wished we'd had.
Having the cancer center here in Dearborn was life-changing for us. Traveling, especially for radiation, where you have to travel daily. There were some treatments she had later on that she would get radiation twice a day. So we would have to travel back and forth twice a day. And having that opportunity to come here, even though we didn't need the radiation services by the time we came here, but for others, I think that is just wonderful, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of planning,
a lot of energy.
A lot of energy, yes.
I've had friends travel to Texas, to Boston, to, who are just seeking what they could get right here in their own backyard. Hopefully, whoever's watching this might pick up on the fact that it does make a difference.
Oh, it makes a huge difference, yes. Just decreases a lot of the stress and the time management, being able to work around all of life's other, challenges.
St. E has so much to offer you, and I think that once they tap into that support, it's a game changer for how you walk through the diagnosis and the journey.
Sometimes we need that encouragement to lean into that support, to try those things that may be a little uncomfortable at first, like coming together for a cooking class, or, or sitting down and talking with a chaplain about some of your struggles, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes we need that little bit of that encouragement.
We have hope for a cure if we're walking and looking for the cure, and we have hope that I will see Ted again, and we will be with our loved ones. You'll see your mom again, And the beauty of St. Elizabeth is we get to share that spirituality side.
And if you have immediate needs or questions, they're right here.